Hey, this is Mike. I want to welcome you to another Halftime Mike podcast. And this week we're going to be continuing to dive into the digital marketing funnel with the attraction focus. Last week we started on that, talked about the overview of the 6 components of the digital marketing funnel, and then we started in on the attraction phase, the top of the funnel, the whitest part there, what you want to do there, and the details on how you want to begin drilling in. And so today we want to follow up on that and complete that portion before we move on to some of the others. So again, the background is that we want to help you have a strategy that's cohesive for your digital marketing online, that puts together in a flowing, strategic, planned way how your website, your blog content writing, your social media posts, your email marketing, email nurture, your lead capture, all those fit together, because they do need to fit together to grow your sales, to nurture leads over the course of time, because it's a fact that not everybody's ready to buy right away. And so how can you find more of the right people? How can you develop that know, like, trust, the KLT language, so to speak, know, like, trust relationship with them, and so that when they are ready to buy, they know you, they like you, they trust you. Okay, that's the key. So that's what we want to dive into. And so we started last week by taking a look at the digital marketing funnel. Again, the 6 components: attract, engage, capture, nurture, convert, and measure. And then we started out in the attraction phase, where I talked specifically about the need to identify the persona. You need to attract more of the right type of people. So who are the right type of people? Okay, and we want to break that down by age. We want to understand that, the age range of that is, the gender, the interest, maybe the job title, and some of those key characteristics that make up your ideal client. Okay, so that is whoever buys your product, whoever buys your service, whoever your best clients are. Start with that right now. That's who you want to take a look at. We want to find more of those. Then the next component is taking a look at your website, because I think that to develop the know, like, trust relationship, you have to have some good resource-rich content on your website. This helps you from an SEO standpoint, and it also helps you have something relevant to share on social media. Okay, so it's always about offering value, and on social media, then you want to share some of that content. Social media has opportunity for a couple of the E's. You can educate, you can provide an experience, or you can entertain. And what we want to do largely, particularly in the B2B market, but in many ways, you want to educate, and that education piece is your blog. That helps you, again, with something you can share on social media that's relevant to people. It's not your product, it's not your service, but it's about it. It's the strategy, it's the components, it's the best practices, it's that type of material. And it also helps you on be found. People could be searching for that on the web and find you. All right. Then, so let's just say you got those components in place. This is where we're at today, is to talk about this. Then you need to get in front of that right audience. And if you want to share that on social media, obviously you have your current fan base and you share that out socially. I want to talk about how you share that out. But in addition to that, how do you get more of the right types of people? And one of the keys to do that is to use paid advertising, such as Facebook ads. All right, and with Facebook ads, you can target exactly what I gave you before in that terms of your personas. Let's say you got a great blog post, you go to Facebook, you want to create an ad. I'm going to recommend that you create an image ad. This is not a link post, but we're going to link to your blog post within the image ad. So we're creating an ad, put an image in, we're going to link it so that ultimately they'll go to your website. If they click through, they'll learn more, that type of thing. Then we're going to target the demographics. So we are looking at identifying the gender, the age, the interests. We used to be able to do job titles, can't always do that anymore on Facebook ads. But again, interests can fit within that. So you're narrowing that demographic down. Education, and in some cases, companies, that type of thing. And you can run an ad specifically to that people. So you're not just blowing money on Facebook ads. It's not like a billboard out there that 1,000 people drive by and you hope that 10% of them are your right target audience. you can get in front of just that right audience with Facebook ads. And so that's you run that on your resource-rich blog post so that we can drive people back. So attraction content, that can't be all of it. I like to talk about a 5-2-1 strategy where 5 of your posts are in the attraction phase. It's the intent is to educate, to entertain, provide an experience. Okay, 2 of them are to drive leads. So 2 of your posts, and think about this in the course of a week. If you have 5 of those that do that, 2 that are specifically geared towards offering them something that's on your website to bring them over for a lead capture purpose, and then also the one is maybe a specific offer that you do, some special or something like that. So those are a couple of the key components that I want to talk through. Just taking a look at my notes here. What's important in all of this is that you're not over the top selling in the attraction funnel, and that you're using the right type of post mechanism. So you don't have to be everywhere. So my case study in my book, Game Plan for Social Media Marketing, was with a B2B business. They're B2C somewhat too. So it's a vinyl lattice that you use to enhance fencing, for deck skirting, for gazebo skirting, those types of pieces where you need something. It's a non-sexy product, but it's a product that helps your outdoor spaces look sexy, look nice. And so, what can they do? They can provide a resource to people on ways that you can use it, how to take care of this, how to install it, how to care for it, solutions for gazebos, solutions for decks, all those types of pieces. And they get that out there. We want to run Facebook ads to target the right audience on that. So we want to use social media to build that KLT, the know, like, trust relationship, ultimately then driving more of them over to the website. So in the attraction phase, you're going to need good content. You're going to need to be getting it out on social media in a kind of a 5-2-1 model. And you're going to need to be using some paid advertising to target the exact specific audience that you want to reach. And fourth thing is that you need to differentiate the type of posts that you should be putting out there, because on social media, not all posts are created equal, especially on Facebook. So if you put a link post out there, that is not going to get as much reach as if you create a short video post and then refer that in that video and link to the blog post, so that just in the video description they can click through the link to the video. Because I just did another simple testament that happens every time. I'm telling you, every time. And that is that video posts outperform link posts, photo posts, any other posts on Facebook. Just take a look. You're a Facebook page admin. Take a look at your stats, your insights, and look at the reach on those posts. And you will see, if you do a video, that you load a video to Facebook. Okay, this is a video loaded to Facebook that's going to get better reach, shown to more of your fans than any other post type. And so you want to maximize on that. So in this case, for this client, they created a video, and I loaded to Facebook and shared it out there, and I let it run for a while, and it immediately got some traction. There was some comments, some engagements on that, some reactions on that. So I let it run, and I let those build up a little bit, and then I boosted that to my ideal persona demographic target audience that they wanted to reach. And so now I'm maximizing that. So it was performing well. I'm now running a Facebook ad on that, so it performs even better. And there's a credibility factor, because they already see that other people were engaging with this ad on Facebook. So when we talk about posting content on Facebook, you also need to be thinking about your content type, because not all content is created equal. And so related to this in attraction, I think this is a big mistake people make, is that they're just sharing links. Okay, that's no longer just going to work on Facebook. You need to be sharing it where your people are at. So again, they're likely going to be on Facebook, but should you do Instagram or Pinterest? Should you do LinkedIn or Twitter, and so some mix of those pieces. But you want to, again, it comes back to your demographic. Where do they spend time? That's where you want to spend time on social to reach them. All right, and I'm just saying that one of the best ways, even in B2B, they say, well, my product can't be sold, on Facebook. It's a component that's manufactured. Yes, but the buyer for that, is likely someone that has a Facebook account spending time on Facebook, and you can reach them there and build that like trust relationship, get them over to the website and get them, connected to you there, so that you've captured something and you can follow up with them. I'm experimenting with something now, like these browser notifications, kind of like push notifications in apps on your smartphone, but browser notifications. Chrome does a good job at this. Firefox also offers this, so that I have that on my blog. You come over to my blog, you can subscribe to notifications in the browser, and that's another method to testing that out. I don't like it as well as getting their name and email address, because they could. I don't necessarily know who that is specifically as well. I'm trying to take a look at those pieces, but there's ways that you can. There's places when you're lead capture. I usually say lead capture is going to be your getting an email address. It might be getting them into a private Facebook group. It might be getting them to get notifications, or it might be getting their mobile number so that you can text them. Okay, it's something that is a mechanism for you to know who they are and reach them again whenever you want. That's what lead capture is. We want to move them into that specific funnel, but I think there's more lead capture opportunities today. The primary one continues to be email, but there are secondary ones. I just mentioned them. I'm going to go through them again. The Facebook group, mobile texting, and the what did I just say? The notifications that are in the browser. Okay, so and if you have an app, maybe it's to download the app. Those types of pieces. But it is something that we can visit them. But the idea is you're going to have to do something to get in front of them. It always starts with good content, and it always starts with those 3 E's. How can you entertain, educate, provide an experience, and how can you share in the best method possible for that platform? So, if you're heavy on Instagram, maybe it's going to be sharing a video on Instagram. Maybe it's going to be sharing more, creating Instagram stories and doing it that way. Those types of pieces. Frequency of content posting. Let's just go into that a little bit now. And again, focusing largely on Facebook, but touching on some others. And that is, I used to say that you need to post a minimum of 3 times a day on Facebook. That overwhelmed people. And fortunately, that has shifted a little bit. I don't think you need to post 3 times a day on Facebook any longer, just based on what we're seeing with how Facebook is showing posts and what they're doing with posts. It's better to maybe post once or twice a day on Facebook, but to utilize the best posting mechanisms, such as a video, Facebook Live video, or a photo, as opposed to a link or text. And so I think that you need to be involved in regular content posting. Again, think through my 5-2-1 kind of strategy. How can 5-year post be attraction-oriented, 2 of them be lead capture-oriented, 1 of them be an offer-oriented, but be thinking of 1 to 2 posts a day. Now, on Twitter, I think that I'll give you a slide in my notes here in the podcast. You come over and take a look at that shows a sample sharing plan for various social media platforms for a new blog post. And with Twitter, you might need to share it multiple times. Twitter's, basically the life of a tweet is it's going to be seen by the most people in the first 17 minutes, and then it's going to fade out after that. So you may need to tweet, have 10 different variations of that tweet that go out over the course of 4 days or something like that, to really have a relevancy of getting that blog post shared on Twitter for your audience that's on Twitter. Okay, with Pinterest, you may need to create a sort of like an infographic or a larger portrait style image. On Instagram, it's going to be a square image, or it's going to be using Facebook Stories, Instagram Stories, to share about it and to talk about it. So in many ways, even a podcast like this is a mechanism of talking about content. I'm talking about, we are creating content, and there's going to be a blog post related to that. But it is a tool that you can listen to, that you can watch and learn from, that gives you information. Ultimately, I'm trying to get you over to take a look at it on the website for the full content and my notes on these type of pieces here. But the frequency and the type are really becoming important to think through in your social media posting there and where you do that social media posting. You don't have to be on every social media platform. Make sure you have your username for each of those, but maybe you're selling a widget mostly to men, so you don't need to worry about getting that widget on Pinterest, okay? So you need to think through where is the biggest bang for your buck, where that key demographic is spending time. That's where you want to spend time. So those are key tips for the attraction phase of the digital marketing funnel. In the next podcast episode, we want to dive into the engagement arena and give you some specific tips. So we're trying to help you, build into each phase the tactics that you need to be successful overall. And I want you to stop and think this time now, what do you need to evaluate with your attraction marketing? Based on the things you've heard. Maybe you're not doing any Facebook ads. Maybe you're posting where you don't need to, or you're just posting links, those types of things. What do you need to adjust? That's what I want you to think through, evaluate, take action on, and begin to sharpen. So you come over to the blog post. We're going to show you the whole digital marketing funnel. So next week, we're going to dive deeper into the engagement arena and keep up going through so that we can help you have a strategic plan that fits together with some of the latest and the greatest in social media. All right, this is Mike with the Halftime Mike podcast. Thanks for taking time out to hear what I got to say about what's new, what's happening, to evaluate that, and then to make adjustments so you can win the game in the second half by making some of these adjustments now. What do you need to take action on today? What is that? All right, this is Mike. Until next time, take care.